time for another Pop Music Trends podcast, looking at the latest trends and talk about the music industry. Today, we're focusing on popnomics, the intersection of pop music and economics. Here are your hosts, James and Kelly, also known as Indie Girl.
Okay, if you, like me, maybe remember a time when getting a song heard meant, well, getting it on the radio, get ready for a bit of a shock to the system. That world, pretty much gone, replaced by something. Something way more powerful and honestly a lot less transparent. So today we're doing a deep dive into how music actually breaks through now. Because forget radio rotation, forget record store charts. Chart success, global streams, even that viral hit you heard yesterday, it's all driven by this invisible engine, the algorithm. Our mission here is to kind of pull back the curtain, give you the blueprint. We want you to understand the real mechanics, what artists actually have to do on Spotify, on TikTok, just to get noticed. It's not just about writing a great song anymore. It's about engineering how that song performs as well as data.
That really is the fundamental shift, isn't it? The algorithm isn't just suggesting songs anymore. It's the gatekeeper, full stop.
Yeah.
So for any artist starting out, or even established ones, understanding its logic, what it actually values in terms of listener behavior, that's become, arguably just as critical as the music itself, maybe even more so in some cases.
Okay, let's break that down then. Starting with the giant in the room, Spotify. For millions, Spotify playlists are the new radio, right? You land on a big one, Discover Weekly or Rap Caviar or whatever, and boom, potentially hundreds of thousands of streams, like overnight. So what's the secret? What is Spotify's algorithm actually looking for?
Right. It boils down to engagement, really, but it's quite specific. First and foremost, and this is critical, listen time, the system is constantly watching. Did someone listen for 5 seconds? 15? Did they finish the whole track? And tied directly to that is the skip rate. This is huge. The sources we looked at are pretty clear. If someone skips your track in under 30 seconds, that's a major red flag for the algorithm. A skip is heavily penalized. Some analyses suggest, that just 100 early skips might need something like 10,000 full streams just to balance out that negative signal.
Wow. Okay, 30 seconds. That's intense. So if I'm listening as a fan, I'm not just passively enjoying it. If I skip early, I might actually be hurting the artist's chances. But doesn't that pressure, needing that instant hook within 30 seconds, doesn't that push music to be, safer, more formulaic? Like everyone just puts the chorus right at the beginning.
That's the million-dollar question, and the evidence points that way. You definitely see fewer long atmospheric intros these days. It's more about hitting hard and fast. The algorithm tends to reward what fits existing patterns, what it can easily predict a user will like, which, yes, can sometimes stifle the more, let's say, experimental or complex stuff.
Right. Okay, so avoid the early skip. That's job number one. What else matters?
Next up are saves and shares. These are really powerful signals. If someone actively saves your song to their library or adds it to one of their own playlists, that tells Spotify this isn't just background noise. This track has value to the listener. That's a much stronger signal than just a passive listen.
Okay, saves and shares. Got it.
And then there's listener behavior fit. This is where it gets kind of nerdy, but it's important. The algorithm analyzes the sonic quality's tempo, key, maybe even the acoustic texture, and compares it to everything else that user listens to. It's building a taste profile. If your song matches the metadata, the data DNA of songs they already love, it's way more likely to get recommended. It's all about pattern matching.
Which explains why that initial push, that early momentum, is so vital. Like in the first day or two, if an artist can get their core fans to stream it fully, save it, share it right away. That burst of positive data tells the algorithm, hey, pay attention. This one's a winner.
Exactly. That early signal is crucial. And this brings us beyond just the big official Spotify playlists. We need to talk about the hidden curators. Think about the thousands, maybe millions of playlists created by regular users, your listeners. Often they're super niche, focused on very specific moods or genres. But collectively, their reach can actually rival the official Spotify lists.
Interesting. So it's not just about hoping Spotify's editors pick you. It's also about tapping into this huge network of user playlists. How do artists even do that? Sounds like a lot of work.
It can be, but it requires a strategy. You can't just spam everyone. Things like Submit Hub are mentioned, tools that help artists target specific playlist curators who focus on their genre. It's about precision. And interestingly, building your own playlists featuring artists similar to you can also help. It signals to the algorithm where you fit in the musical landscape, making your tracks easier to categorize and recommend. It shows you're part of a community.
Okay, that makes sense. Be part of the ecosystem. So, Yeah, Spotify's all about optimizing for the ears, analyzing the sound data, skip rates, all that. Now we pivot to a platform that seems to optimize for the eyes, requiring a completely different approach. Let's talk TikTok.
Oh yeah, TikTok. It's flipped the whole model on its head, hasn't it? Used to be a song got big on radio or streaming, then maybe it showed up elsewhere. Now, songs explode on TikTok first, the viral trend happens there, and then everyone rushes to Spotify or Apple Music to stream the full track. It's like this instant, unpredictable, global hit factory.
Yeah, one clever video, one dance challenge, even just a really emotional clip using 15 seconds of a song. And an artist nobody knew yesterday can suddenly be everywhere. How does the virality work there? Is it completely different from Spotify's engagement metrics?
Fundamentally different, yeah. It's visual, it's social, it's about the use of the soundbite. Sure, the audio needs to be catchy, but what the TikTok algorithm seems to reward heavily are things like completion rates. Did people watch the whole short video? And maybe even more importantly, repeat plays. Did someone watch it 2, 3, 4 times? That loop is addictive. That signals huge engagement to the algorithm. The sound is hooking people.
So, okay, for an artist, you can't just drop the audio file and hope for the best. Not on TikTok. You have to think like a content creator, a visual storyteller almost. What are the actual tactics artists need to be using there? What works? Well, the sources are pretty unanimous on this. You got to integrate TikTok way earlier. Post snippets, teasers before the song is even out. Build that buzz. Use storytelling like show the process of making the song, the inspiration behind it. Make it personal. Create a connection. And maybe the biggest one, collaborate. Get creators, influencers who already have an audience to use your sound in their videos. Yeah. That's instant exposure.
That collaboration point is absolutely key. And it links back to something else TikTok seems to value, authenticity, or at least perceived authenticity. The algorithm seems to favor creators who are consistent, who engage back, who seem, well, real. It's not always about one viral mega hit. Sometimes it's about that steady stream of smaller interactions. Posting regularly, using trends, engaging with comments. That signals you're a reliable source of content, and your visibility can kind of snowball from there. It's a different kind of grind.
Fascinating. So optimizing the audio hook for Spotify's 30-second rule versus optimizing the visual loop and collaboration for TikTok. Yeah. Two different worlds. But what about everything else? YouTube Music, Apple Music, SoundCloud, Deezer? Do these same kinds of micro-engagement rules apply everywhere? Is it all just algorithms now?
Pretty much, yes. That's the big picture takeaway. Think of algorithms on all these platforms as the invisible A&R. You know, A&R, the people at labels who used to discover talent. Now it's largely automated systems doing that initial filtering and promotion. They all rely on the same basic ideas, predict what a listener will like based on their past behavior and the behavior of similar listeners. Match the patterns. They're looking at a genre, tempo, maybe mood, user demographics, how long people listen, all these data points. If your song fits the pattern for a particular user or group, it gets surfaced. Maybe in a recommended playlist, maybe on an auto-playing radio station. The main difference between, say, Spotify and Apple Music might just be how much weight their specific algorithms give to different factors, but the core function is the same. Sort, categorize, recommend.
So if all these systems are running on data and pattern matching, it sounds like the quality of the data the artist provides is absolutely fundamental. It's like the artist has a responsibility to feed the machine good, clean information so the invisible A&R can do its job properly.
Exactly right. That's the data responsibility. And it makes metadata, well, it's maybe the least glamorous part of being an artist today, but it's utterly crucial. You just can't be sloppy with it.
Okay, metadata. Let's get specific then. What does that mean in practice? Like genre tags. Is it enough to just tag my song pop? Or do I need to get way more specific?
Oh, you need to get specific. Way more specific. If you just tag it pop, you're lost in the noise, competing with, Taylor Swift and Dua Lipa. Good luck with that. The algorithms love nuance. You need those micro-genre keywords. Things like bedroom pop, synthwave, lo-fi indie, dark ambient house, whatever fits. That level of detail helps the system find the right niche audience, the listeners who are actually looking for that specific sound, rather than just throwing it into the massive pop bucket.
Right. Find your tribe through keywords.
Precisely. And beyond tags, things like consistent artist branding across platforms, having high-quality cover art, and maintaining a reasonably steady release schedule, these things matter too. Algorithms tend to favor predictability and consistency. If your data is messy, if your release schedule is all over the place, if your genre tags are wrong, you're not just hurting your own chances. You're actually feeding the whole system bad information, making it harder for everyone. Reliable data makes the whole recommendation engine work better. Unreliable data breaks it.
Wow. Okay, so this whole deep dive really paints a picture of a massive fundamental shift, doesn't it? Success isn't about cracking the top 40 radio code or selling CDs anymore. It's this incredibly optimized game based on micro-engagements. Did they skip in 30 seconds? Did they save it? Did they loop the TikTok video? It's creativity, yes, but creativity that has to be married to this really intense data optimization strategy.
It really is. And maybe that leaves us with a final thought, something for you, the listener, to chew on. The industry used to, ideally anyway, reward the best song, the most powerful, the most unique, the most moving piece of music. Now it seems like it has to reward the best data, the most effective engagement strategy, the song that performs best according to the algorithm's metrics. So the big question is, does this dominance of algorithms, this focus on skip rates and loopability and metadata, does it actually change what we even mean by a good song anymore, especially for the next generation growing up entirely within this system?